Should you wear a pair of binoculars, Mr. Dayal, and look at a 10-year period of the Indian economic history from now on? Where do you think money will be deployed, both locally as also by your friends from overseas? Because probably India is the only island of safety and the bright spot that we see globally at the moment. Where is fresh money coming in, and where should it be deployed?
So I think publicly listed stocks, the equity markets, are a great place to be as an allocator to India. The other space on an asset allocation basis, of course, would be things like real estate and then private equity and then venture capital. So that's the spectrum of where we go. If I look at sectors in the economy that are likely to continue to do well or will do well over the next decade, it remains the same. There's really three stories in any economy, and the three stories are and if I give you the answer for India specifically, one is the consumption story. On the consumption story, we've already seen a whole host of companies who have grown from pretty much nothing. I mean, what was the market cap of a Lever or a Nestle or a Marico or a Dabur, 20 years ago to what the market cap is today? Those sort of stories will keep on, and there'll be new companies that will be born. There'll be a DMart, etc. There'll be new companies that will be created. At the other side, you've got the infrastructure story. India certainly needs more railways, more roads, although I think we're spending too much money on roads and should spend a lot more on public transportation systems like railways or metros. That's another discussion. But you've got the infrastructure built out, the ports, the airports, etc. And then finally, you have the export story. So if you look at Bajaj Auto, who would think that 25, 30 years ago that they would compete with the foreign firms in their own markets or closer to those companies' backyards by exporting roughly 20-25% of their total sales to international markets. And then, of course, you have the Infosys and the TCS and the Wipros who've got 80-90% of the revenues coming from international markets. So those are, again, also export stories. So India, luckily, being a subcontinent and being such a diverse economy, has all three engines moving in its favor. And it will take some really ridiculous government policy, more like shooting ourselves in the face and the feet and on our head to basically to kind of mess up. If governments remain calm and if governments stay out of detailed policy making and just leave us to take this wonderful advantage as they have from 1980 to now, we've had 10 governments grown at 6.2% per annum real rate of growth in GDP. And we believe we'll grow another 6.25, 6.5% per annum over the next decade. If we continue to have this, then we're in for a beautiful ride. And just think about who you trust to actually allocate your money for you in the markets. Select your mutual fund carefully. Go to a financial advisor. Make your financial plan in a very sensible way. And then select the mutual funds that fit that based upon what you discussed with your financial advisors. I think, it's difficult not to compound and create wealth with such a phenomenal tailwind behind us, in my opinion.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.